Hello, this is World University and Schools WUAS News and Question and Answer on Monday, August 7th, 2023. And I'm facilitating this video conference from Nova Scotia, Canada, at the Hosteling International Wentworth Hostel, Youth Hostel. And as we wait to see if people will join us for this open conversation possibility from anywhere in the world about MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and School, planned in 200 countries in their main languages for free MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and School degrees, and also planned in all known living languages, 7,168 known living languages, as large language models, generative artificial intelligence. As we wait to see if people will join us, I'd like to share a little news with you about recent developments with World University and School. The first is the WUAS World University and School minutes, as video minutes have gone out with a PDF for the agenda and news items as minutes recently. The next one is open World University and School monthly business meeting, where World University and School's decision-making process grows from, is on the third Saturday of August, 2023. Is that August 20th? Check your calendar. At 12 noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 p.m. India Time. I think it's 5 p.m. Western European Time. And check your time zone from Japan or China or Africa or the Middle East or South America or Australia or similar, if you'd like to join this open conversation and help to shape what emerges with World University and School next for free degrees as we accredit. The second agenda new item I'd like to share with you is that the Stanford president resigns. And apparently it had something to do with evidence, flawed evidence or something like this, I've read in passing. But at the same time, World University and School's abolition movement is growing to protect people, abolishing the wrongful buying and selling of people, and ending the illegal, let's call it modern slavery, of potentially involving the illegal sex and drug and violence industries. So World University and School's abolition movement grows, and as World University and School plans to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number from you at World University, and for a variety of reasons, including to create wiki schools among speakers of all 7,168 known living languages for free universal people-to-people education. So the third agenda item I'd like to share with you is World University and School is seeking to develop a focused plan beyond the next steps for World University and School, moving forward into a newly safe, new open house at in Canyon, California, 94516 near Berkeley on 9/1/23, after an asylum year in Pennsylvania from California. And also World University and School's focus plan includes WUAS accreditation with a business plan and monies from a base in California, and potentially with Middle States Commission on Higher Education and the state of Pennsylvania's Education Department for licensure. And then World University and Schools Focus Plan involves growing, matriculating classes from people in all 200 countries for accrediting World University and School degrees, emerging from MIT OpenCourseWare and CS First with Google, learning the Scratch programming language online, and potentially with artificial intelligence, large language models built into this CS First with Google at World University and School course, learning programming. And after that, the focus plan will emerge in its next steps. So item 3A, a focus plan for extreme longevity. So George Church, the Harvard and MIT professor of genetics in the Harvard Medical School, is heralding aging reversal genetic drug therapies emerging and longevity genetic drug therapies emerging. And Aubrey de Grey, an English biomedical gerontologist, recently tweeted that George Church had given him the title of a talk. De Grey wrote, "George just gave me his talk title, quote, a focus plan for extreme longevity, but not mere aging reversal or slowing." Aubrey de Grey's tweet goes on, "Yes, George Church himself is now describing aging reversal as, quote, mere." And World University and School is seeking to further complement this work on aging reversal and longevity genetics with our genetics and longevity wiki subject pages, but also in particular in a realistic virtual earth for genetics, in a realistic virtual earth for genomics. And think Google Street View with Time Slider, Google Maps, Google Earth, TensorFlow AI, Little Pegman, becoming avatar bot electronic medical records for you and I, Google Translate for languages. And in this WUAS genetics approach on the digital side for aging reversal and longevity, there would be a conversation with the physical side. So as we code for aging reversal genetics and longevity genetics and drugs emerging in something like Google Street View with Time Slider at the molecular level, there would be a conversation, movement of information between the digital or the virtual and the physical into people's bodies, and relating to laboratory experimental work that people are doing on the physical side of things. So this is a talk that George Church is giving in Dublin, Ireland, this August 2023. Again, the title of his talk is A Focused Plan for Extreme Longevity, Not Mere Aging Reversal or Slowing. So fascinating times we're living in, if we might live beyond 122 years of age. The oldest documented living person, Jeanne Calment, a French woman who I think died in the 1990s, who lived to 122 years of age. What does it mean, extreme longevity? Does it mean eons? Or does it mean decades beyond 122 years of age? Or could it even mean billions of years? We don't know. let's see what Harvard and MIT professor of George Church suggests in this upcoming talk in Ireland. Agenda item 4, I've recently run into and met a Canadian at this youth hostel in Wentworth, Nova Scotia, Canada, who taught English as conversation in Korea for 20 years and has come back during the coronavirus pandemic to be a youth hostel warden here at Wentworth, Nova Scotia, Canada, Hosteling International Youth Hostel. And he knows Korean as well, having lived there 20 years. And MIT OpenCourseWare has Korean courses that have been translated from MIT OpenCourseWare into Korean. So how best to develop both Canada World University and School for free online WUAS degrees from the Canada World University and School beginning wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/Canada link, as well as Korea World University and School in Korean early on, as World University and School begins to offer online accrediting degrees first in the USA. So a tweet relating to this, thanks Canadian in Seoul for this great HI Youth Hostel, Hosteling International Youth Hostel in Wentworth, Nova Scotia. Let's talk further about Canada World University and School, as well as Korea World University and School. And there are links for each of the Koreas, South Korea and North Korea, at World University and School that are already begun, but not yet in Korean. How to offer these online. And also regarding particularly WUAS home robotics, so Lego robotics, of which World University and School is the authorized carrier of 3 Lego robotics kits. And these are questions that are emerging from this conversation during traveling in Nova Scotia, Canada. An interesting set of possibilities. Agenda item 5, build your own Toyota ProAce hybrid, Toyota ProAce electric, autonomous vehicle, camping van in 2025, and plumbed with a hose for the tent shower, potentially off the back. And brainstorming wise, 1, a WUAS multimedia room within the Toyota ProAce hybrid camping van, and 2, for WUAS faculty homes, potentially in this Toyota ProAce hybrid, and 3, for WUAS university libraries with augmented library, with augmented reality. Pick a book off a shelf from any major university library in any of 200 countries, from inside your Toyota ProAce electric autonomous vehicle camping van, that might be accessible through a kind of Google Street View interface where people took pictures of library stacks and found their way to connecting PDF files from all major university research libraries, and would thus provide university library access to matriculating students and faculty at World University and School from within a Toyota ProAce hybrid or Toyota ProAce electric van, autonomous vehicle camping van. Agenda item 6, virtual reality modeling robots and their coding. how to get simulations of robots, as well as their programming, developing and emerging on the virtual side, the digital side, and then have that correspond for all kinds of research creativity, robotics developments on the physical side. And there's recent VEX robotics related website that has the Scratch programming language that's being used to move a virtual VEX robot. So this is all on the virtual side. Scratch is virtual here, and the VEX robot is a virtual digital robot, which is also a block robot-like kit, I think. And then when the VEX robots become physical and one can program them also with the Scratch language digitally, one will potentially be able to program them differentially, the physical VEX robot and the digital VEX robot, that will give some creative opportunities. One will be able to do more things programming the digital or virtual VEX robot with the Scratch programming language virtually than one will be able to do physically. And on the other hand, one will be able to do more coding and innovation on the physical side of VEX robots. Au revoir. On the physical side of au revoir. To French Canadian youth hostelers who are taking off for the day. One will be able to do more innovation with making physical VEX robots with different parts, with bringing in other kinds of parts, maybe working with Lego robotics on the physical side, code them with the Scratch language virtually, connect them with, say, a Bluetooth connection, and have a conversation emerging between, in this instance, virtual robotics and physical robotics, VEX robotics. Exciting. Lastly, item 7, in Antigonish, Nova Scotia, Canada, a few days ago, I met Anne Brunel, a librarian in the Antigonish Public Library on Nova Scotia, who helpfully answered a question about where the name Antigonish comes from, and it may mean bear breaking off branches to get beech nuts, from the Mi'kmaq language. And her father had grown up in Cape Breton, was born there, and may have spoken Scottish Gaelic as a first language. Scottish Gaelic is on the street signs in Antigonish, which is close to Cape Breton. And interesting set of possibilities with developing the Scottish Gaelic language out of Nova Scotia, out of Cape Breton, in Scottish Gaelic, and maybe the Nova Scotia version of Scottish Gaelic, as well as the Mi'kmaq language. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly, a Native American language from around these parts, and to emerge further from this World University and School URL in their languages. From MIT OpenCourseWare-Centric Wiki World University and School, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/languages. Looking forward to exploring these questions further. Item 7A, 7B and 7C are some tweets. And regarding Quebec City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Quebec, a few 100 kilometers away from here to the west, about Canada World University and School for free online MIT OpenCourseware centric Google WUS degrees, and regarding most beautiful French-speaking Quebec City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. How to begin to create this UNESCO World Heritage Site virtually in a realistic virtual Earth for history, and even as classrooms for UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Item 7A relates to French-speaking Quebec City. Could we do this in French? And potentially also with you and I visiting Quebec City physically, adding photos we might take for teaching purposes to a realistic virtual Earth for history, and VR modeling them, turning them into 3D and n-dimensional, so that we could teach about these remotely. People could visit Quebec City, Canada, from afar in interesting ways. In a 3D virtual world, think Google Street View with time slider. So visit Quebec City, Canada in 1776, in the mid-1800s, in 1910, in 1920, in 1960, and 1970. Add photos there, turn them into n-dimensional parts of Quebec City, turn photos of pictures into n-dimensional avatar bots that we could interact with and speak with. Begin to revisit Quebec City anytime in history, virtually, in these interesting ways, in French. Exciting. 7B, I learned while walking through the streets of Quebec City that the number of working poor in Quebec City is large, and that this is from a Presbyterian minister. And I was wondering how free Stanford Mind Pi cryptocurrency for Quebecois, for people in all of Quebec, and for the poor especially, via kinds of universal basic income experiments, could help. Could Stanford Mind Pi cryptocurrency become a main cryptocurrency in Canada? And if you would like to gain access to this cryptocurrency, you can go to mindpi.com/SGKMAC, download the app, and start to get Stanford Mind Pi cryptocurrency free money daily with that invitation code. Check it out. Let's see how we can end poverty, potentially in Quebec City, Canada, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Interesting possibilities. And lastly, item 7C, before we close, touched a little bit on this, but how to turn all of Quebec City into a virtual Quebec City and as a realistic virtual Earth for history. Let's explore this further, where we can all add our pictures and our videos, and libraries can add their pictures and videos, and we can begin and other data resources, text in the sidebar of Google Street View with time slider conceptually. And we can all begin to create this realistic virtual Earth for history together, and regarding World University and School as classrooms and as STEM field sites as well. So that's the WS News and Question and Answer for today, Monday, August 7th, 2023. The next WS News and Question and Answer will be on Monday, August 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 7:30 p.m. India Time. I think it's 3 p.m. Western European Time. Till then, stay tuned. I'll add the recording of this video to the active YouTube channel for World University and School, youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, SCOTTMACLEOD, WORLD UNIVERSITY, as well as I'll add this video recording and that URL to the Twitter feeds for World University and School, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press, and other Twitter feeds as well, including the languages one, twitter.com/SGKMACLEOD. If you know students potentially interested in World University and School beginning this autumn or in upcoming semesters, let meeting@World University and School know. That's the URL for World University and School as well, currently, actively. worlduniversityandschool.org is a little bit active, but less active than the Twitter feeds. And until next week, I just want to show you the front of this youth hostel. And as we close, as a little tour here. Something new in these WS News and question and answer. Let's see, I think there's a HI hosteling sign on the side of the house here. And there's a French flag with maple leaf here. And until next week, don't see, oh, maybe there is someone. Nope, no one's seeking to join us. All right, until next week, bye for now.